This thing getting too comfortable. I might have to get up and get some leaves and put underneath here. But I think this is going to be home for the night. Oh yeah, that's not comfortable at all. But I think I can make do with it. Beats being straight on the ground. Cut out these notches. It'll fit together just like that. All right, I see smoke. See how smooth it is. All right, the last 20 seconds or so, you really want to speed up. Well, my string got too loose, but it's still smoking, so we may still be in business. Now this is the part you have to be careful about. All right. All right, let's try her one more time. All right, if this didn't get it this time, I'm done. All right. Just gotta let it breathe. This is your turn to take a break. Tried to do a bow drill kit out of this popper. I didn't have any success. I tried about 4 different times and I just wore myself out. Didn't get an ember. I had a little bit of smoke coming from the ash pile or the sawdust pile, but it just kept going out and I couldn't figure it out. I've never had this much trouble since I've been able to make bow drill fires. Never had this much trouble getting an ember. Well, I didn't understand it, so I went back. I got a log from the same pile, just a different log. I split it, and when I split it, I felt the inside and it was still really damp. So even though the logs had been out drying for a year, it's still moist on the inside. So what I'm going to do today is use another kit, or make another kit. This I should be able to get an ember with. This has been inside a building for about 2 years now, 3 years. So, and I have used a spindle before to get an ember. And I'm just going to make a new baseboard. You can see where I tried but didn't have any success. Some of my other boards I've used, I've had success after success with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 holes work every time. There's another kit. I purchased this because I can't find cottonwood in my area, but this is a cottonwood kit. I've gotten an ember with that. If I can't get an ember with this new board, I'll try the cottonwood. It's September. It's starting to get cool in the mornings. Fall is just around the corner. It's my favorite time of year. With a little bit of coolness in the air, there may be some moisture. And moisture's a funny thing when it comes to bow drill kits. I have been able to get a bow drill fire in the pouring down rain on my front porch. And then there's been sunny days where I could not get a bow drill ember and make a fire to save my life. So it's just luck of the draw at this point for me. So I was really discouraged when I couldn't get an ember the other day. So, but sometimes you have to step back, walk away, and start over. For those of you who don't know the right wood to get for a bow drill kit, or who are not having very much success, go to Lowe's. For about $12, $13, you can get a Western red cedar fence post. It'll probably have holes drilled in it, and that is the best thing in the world to use when you first starting out trying to get a bow drill ember. Really dry, really lightweight, works really good. So let me burn in my hole. Now on my other videos that I'm probably not going to show, maybe I'll just show my failures. And it's not really a failure. Just think of it as fail, F-A-I-L, first attempt in learning. So in my other videos I talked about how for the bow I started with this because I thought it would be so big and heavy that I would get used to it, and when I used a smaller bow that it would be a lot easier. I just stayed with this. It fits my hand. You find something that fits you, something a little smaller, thumb size, maybe a little smaller, with a good curve in it. And this is how I put my socket, or correction, my drill in. The tip come up from the bottom, just like that. Now, since this one has already been used, what I need to do is I need to take and cut some of this out. It'll help cause a little bit of friction. And a shot glass. 98 cents at Walmart. Get the very thick shot glasses and cover the outside with duct tape, because these will, under pressure and under heat, will crack and break, and the duct tape keeps it from driving up into your hand. Another thing that I used the other day, a piece of fat wood. It seemed to work. Smoke was coming from the top of it, but it worked great. We'll try the fat wood first. What I do is I put this in the arch of my foot. Let me turn this down just a little bit. I put the arch pretty close to where I want the drill to be. So what I need to do now is just tighten my bow. This is my technique. Some people will want to tie both ends. This just allows me to unravel it, because this is going to get loose. The parachute cord is going to give. I haven't tried it with bank line, but maybe I should. You want the top end kind of sharp. So you don't have to get it like a pencil sharp, but it helps. So I burned in my hole. Now what I have to do is I have to just take and cut my little V-notch into it. I like using the saw, it goes a little faster. But for my other videos, I made it too wide, and if you make it too wide, it just burns through the hole a lot faster. You want it a little wider at the bottom, so when you pull the board out, you leave your powder on the board or on the ground. I have gotten a really good ember. Went to move the board, moved the whole thing, lost the whole ember. Well, you want to put kind of a V-notch. I think I may have already messed that up, but we'll see. Now what you want is a little paddle, a little leaf, a little piece of bark to catch all that. Go ahead and get your bird's nest, tinder, whatever you need ready. And just before I start this, let me show you guys. Have to make a log cabin fire lay. I did it with poplar. I also put one over here just for a little bit of a demonstration. All right. Now most people take and put the V-notch towards them. I seem to have a lot of success doing it this way, where I can't even see it. I just go until I feel the powder has gotten to the level that I need it to be, and it works out for me 90% of the time. But for this demonstration, I'm gonna face towards me. So. All right, like I said, try to put over the arch pretty close to the hole. I think I'm going to try the shot glass. Now sometimes your bow or your string will get loose while you're doing it, and this will just move like this and it won't turn. Just pull in on it and take the slack out of it. It's helped me a few times. Right when I was about to have an ember, it quit turning. I just pulled on it and finished it up and was able to get an ember. All right. You want to lock your wrist into your leg if you can. Try to go the whole length of the bow. It helps. See, I'm still able to talk. I'm not wore out. And all you're doing is you're just building the powder at this point. If you go fast at this point, you're just going to wear yourself out. All right, I've got a good bit of powder already. Now, the last few seconds, you really want to hammer it. All right. I don't know if you can tell, but it's still smoldering. this is where it becomes break time for you. All right, I don't know if you can see this, but you're looking for that little cherry coal. All right. And this is your baby. You just dump it all in there. There we go. Let's move this out the way. Now we're going to make our char cloth. I have a clean canteen and a, I don't remember how many ounces this is, cup. And I've already cut up some bandana material and a 100% cotton shemagh. You want to make sure that this is the 100% cotton one, not the nylon $2 ones, because they just shrivel up, shrink. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in there. You want to make sure that you got a good tight seal. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna put it in the fire. We're making charcoal. See the smoke? That means that the char cloth is already starting to char on the inside. Now, the bad thing about it is if you have a big roaring fire, this will catch on fire, and if it catches on fire bad enough, it'll burn everything up on the inside. What you're wanting to do is you're wanting to char the outside of the char cloth, because it will catch an ember and you will be able to blow that into a flame. But if it all burns up, it's already burned up, nothing else will burn. See that right there that's on fire? That means that the char is probably burn up, some of it. We'll see. Now what you want to do is you want to take it out. Don't touch it. You learn the hard way. And let it cool off. You don't want to take the top off, because if it's still hot from the fire, and you take it out and you open it up, when it hits that air, it'll combust, and you don't want that. I'm gonna test out my char cloth, see if it worked worth a crap. Okay, now we're going to test out my char cloth to see if it worked. Get you some gloves. You can see how nasty that canteen got. I don't use this to drink from. An Altoids tin works just perfect, so you don't have to mess up your canteen. This is the shmog material. We'll save that for last. And this is, I think that might be some shmog material too. This right here is the bandana material. Now let's see if we can't get a fire from this. Now we have a fire from char cloth. Let's try the shmog material, see how well it goes up. think the shemagh material may have got a little too burned up, but I was able to finally get it with an ember.